Hey everyone, welcome back to more Warhammer 40,000 Battlesector. I'm DisturbingPuppet. So we're continuing to play around with the Imperial Guard today. We're going to be starting fighting against the Tyranids in a 1,000 point battle today. So this is the modified version of the army that came with the DLC, so I did make a few adjustments. At 1,000 points, I feel like the Imperial Guard are very, very weak, and I'm very tempted to do a very simple change, but I'm not going to for this battle. So these guys are 40 points apiece. 3 infantry guys. They do have grenades, so I mean that is nice against other infantry swarms and stuff. But otherwise, I kind of feel like they're sort of useless, and I could very easily grab a plasma gun equipped sentinel instead for 120 points. So 3 of these guys, get rid of them, swap them out for armored sentinel. I think like that makes way more sense. It's much more powerful. It's much better. The other thing we could do would be to possibly use some points by dropping some guys to upgrade these guys to las cannons, which is something that wouldn't cost that much. We could get rid of one squad and upgrade them both from the missile teams to las cannons. I do think that is probably worthwhile. Um, in fact, I am so convinced that is worthwhile that I'm going to do it right now for this one right here. So let's go ahead and swap you guys over. So las cannon, las cannon. Actually, I did make a change. So we had one guy that was an autocannon. So it wasn't 2 missile teams. It was an autocannon and a missile team. Did that go through? Why is that odd? Because wasn't that... Oh, because he was already upgraded, so it was only a 30-point increase. Alright, that leaves 15 points to play around with, which means we could just get you up to a plasma gun as well instead of the flamer, which makes you a lot more effective. And the 5 points left over, we can go ahead and give another one of these guys bayonets, which I think makes sense. We've got one squad with bayonets. Let's go ahead and get a second, because it's only 5 points. I'm going to save that. We're going to go ahead and jump in with that force now. So we did lose 1 unit, but I think we hit a lot harder with a number of our units. I think that's worthwhile. Okay, so we're going to take these guys out against the Tyranids. The force we're going to fight is my main 1,000-point force here. So it's got a Prime, a Tyrannifex, 1 Exocrine, 2 Tyranid Warriors, 4 squads of Hormagaunts, and 3 squads of Termagants. I think they all just have the basic guns. Yeah. Just because that's what fit for the point. So we're going to set that up. We're going to fight a skirmish to the death. As per usual, we'll go with our usual map as well, because it's only the one small map, which is pretty good for 1,000 points, although I do think the terrain obscures a lot of the central part of the map, unfortunately. So it does make things a little bit odd, and you have to play things a little differently. There we go. We're going to play on... Is it settlement? Yes, settlement. So... that's what we want. Tyranids. That's the force we want. Actually 5 points under, but should be fine. We want to play to the death, so we'll set that up. I think before when we did Exterminatus, it would automatically shift these, but I guess it doesn't anymore. I want to fight to the death. So that's what we're going to do. So I think these upgrades will help a lot. There aren't great spots for the heavy weapon teams on this map, but we'll have to see where we can put them. The only real open, long, like, area that's pretty open is on the left side of the map for us, for our deployment. And unfortunately, there's a giant hill here that interferes with visibility, unless we put them here, but then we can only really shoot down here. We could deploy them way back and engage from there. The other option would be to deploy them back here and try to take shots along this line. That might be worthwhile to do. Alright, so we can put both of them into a transport. So that's what we're going to do. So we'll set them up early and do that. Commissar, let's get you just out of the way. Do we want to deploy anybody to the right? I mean, we could take a look, I guess. What I might do instead, though... Let's see, who's got bayonets? Yeah, you've got bayonets. So let's put 1 transport. There should be fine. We'll put both heavy weapon teams so they can just load up and go. Bayonets. So we can only put 1 squad into the other one. I don't know that we want to split up too much, though, is the thing. Bayonets there. The bayonets actually are somewhat useful because they do have a bit more armor penetration than the regular las rifles. So for heavier targets, it might be useful to use them that way. So we could try to deploy them out to the flank or something. Yeah, let's not go too crazy. Let's stick with my initial thing. We'll kind of group up a bit more. So the idea, you're going to go around this way and maybe cover that side. You're going to go in here covering that direction. We'll have you take a look over there. We'll have these guys just sort of follow in to sort of help out in the city. You can kind of look to that side. We're probably not going to engage much over there. And we'll have the commissar sort of hang out with everybody in this area. That's kind of the idea. So they're going to load up and go around. Yeah, that's what we'll do.
We'll get you there.
Okay. What we want to do, let's just initially immediately load you guys up.
Moving to the battle line.
Have to wait for our little animations. These guys do have the extra health thanks to the commissar. Not a lot, but it's a little bit.
Heavy weapons.
The sooner we can get these guys set up, the better they're going to be.
Transport awaiting
So
orders.
have you fly on up. I would kind of like to have you follow behind these guys, though. Can't even see where your movement there maxes out. All right, let's do that. And I'll have you come around just so we can kind of deploy them. Have the infantry move out. We'll deploy the las guns behind, the las cannons behind. For now, sure, look that way, I guess. You, I want you to stay with the group. So I've got to remember here, we do have the ability, we can assassinate somebody, get extra momentum for a couple turns. We can also give a big bonus. Mainly to our range crit chance is the main thing that's going to be helpful. We don't have a lot of close combat, but we do have bayonets. Yeah, just bayonets there. The other bayonets are in the other transport. And I'm just going to have you come up this way, just sort of looking around. I don't think we're going to see anything at this point. I'll just drop a long-range one.
Victory through discipline.
And we'll just overwatch here. Not that it's going to matter.
There's more of them?
Definitely concerned about the Prime, the Tyranid warriors. If they mostly push for the left side and come up, might be a little bit weird, but once they see us, they should probably converge in our position. They're busting the wall down anyway.
Another threat to grind into the dirt.
Seem very enthusiastic about that. Okay, that was an exocrine shot to take out the little wall there. Okay, well, you've got the shock troops with bayonets. I think we'll have you look over this way.
Rolling into action.
Let's take a look. Nothing really. Alright, don't see anything. We do have the flamers, so we do want to have those ready to go if we see enemies. Optimal's 4 here. Push a little further just in case. I'm going to keep the guys inside for now. You guys I want to move by, then we'll deploy our las guns probably here-ish. These 2 tiles or these 2 tiles.
Awaiting your orders.
That's my idea. So you're going to need to like haul butt. Let's get you into a somewhat protected position. Okay, and our guns here, not very good.
We'll light them up.
Very short range, as you would expect. You could actually go... Alright, we'll have to deploy back here, it looks like. So
Moving
you
to
go
the
there.
battle line.
Not that your las guns are going to do much of anything. if we do have targets to shoot at, unless it's like Hormigons or something. Basically, just keep them busy, do a little damage before we can toss grenades. That's pretty much about all we can really do with you. Let's get the Commissar
Victory
in
through
further.
discipline.
Let's have you go there. Don't really have anything to do, so just a little Overwatch.
What next, sir?
Advance! You're advancing or you're shooting. That's your role in the world. It's your job in the Imperium.
Chimera transport ready.
So we probably want, I mean, ideally here and here probably would be better for the las cannons. We could take these two initially, maybe. Even these two. Looking at like angles this way potentially.
We'll get you there.
Here, I don't know if we're going to have much option to shoot. We could throw two of them there, covering that direction. I don't know, I feel like being further out is better, but this gives me some cover, potentially. Let's go distance.
Pack it up and let's move.
So you guys, optimal range is 5, but you can shoot to 8. Alright. We'll go ahead and we'll set up,
Setting up and stabilizing.
because we can build up stacks over multiple turns. So 5's right there. We're definitely going to
Big
push it out
guns
to
ready.
6. Other squad goes there. We've got the
We've
big
got your
guns for sure.
firepower. Setting up and stabilizing.
Going to push them a bit further out for shots. Yeah, I feel like we've probably got an okay-ish chance here, but out there, probably not much. And then here, we still have a couple movement. Let's just duck into here. We'll set up the multi-laser looking that way too.
Keeping watch.
Don't see anything.
Armored Sentinel, ready.
Let's just kind of creep up a little bit. Well, we've got a prime. I might want to just shoot and run back from here. I don't really want to engage much. I don't know if we have much of a chance to hit. Yeah, I was hoping one of those would land, at least get a little bit of softening
Sentinel on
started
the move.
on the enemy. We're going to back off here.
I've got it from here.
See if we can draw you in to some shots. You see us, then you might come in this way. That is everybody. So let's take a look at the ambush that I have planned. It's not a very good ambush, because it's basically just guard. But, you know, further back, we've got the las cannons here. So I feel like that is not awful. Definitely cool looking. I do like the way the heavy weapon teams move the guns around and stuff. Alright, well, I guess it's just time. We hit end turn and see what kind of nastiness happens. Mainly worried about, like, the Tyran effects and stuff. We'll see what happens. Oh, you are coming in. Landed some las cannon shots. Multi-laser, nice. Took him out. We got the, like, I think one las cannon squad completely missed. The other one did land shots. So softened up the prime there. There's the hordes of little guys.
Quarry spotted.
They haven't advanced very far, though. Looks like they're definitely pushing guys
Target
around the
spotted.
buildings to my left. Just out of curiosity, what's your shot chance? 35%. Pretty bad. Can you even see them? 27%. So we can definitely boost our chances with the penetrating shot skill. Or, I'm sorry, setup. So extra accuracy. So that's 15% more accuracy. So we could do that. Just stay put. I might want to move you down, then use my ability so that you guys get the crit chance bonus. Yeah, I'm going to do that. We're going to go for just long range
Glory to the first soldier to die.
attempts here on the Tyrannifex without moving forward. We're not seeing much indication of anything out here, which has me a little concerned. Well, okay, we got a few things. Hormagaunts, not a huge threat. There's only one. Got a couple. Hormagaunts and Termagants. And we've got a squad over here of Hormagaunts as well. I'm just going to light them up and back off.
Supporting fire!
Yeah, good amount of shooting. Killed off 5 of them. Actually, that's pretty darn good. And we'll just kind of back off and see if we can draw them in.
Rolling into action.
We just kind of want to hit and run back to a ready position. And if we can get a bunch of them together, we can move in and flame them. We've got the guys inside too. Alright, let's go with the squad. You've got the better shot chance. We're going to go ahead and set up.
Setting up and stabilizing.
So that's even more accuracy. Up to 49%. Not great, but we do fire multiple shots per gun, I think. So if we
Opening
could land
fire.
some of these... Yeah, we do a lot of damage, so we did 171 there. Not landing too many shots.
Heavy weapons.
If I have a better shot, I would use my other ability, the penetrating shot, which is very, very good, but there's no point using that. I will go ahead and take the shot at 39, I think. Yeah, I might as well. Yeah, we still got a couple hits in. Nearly killed the Tyrannifex, actually, which is pretty cool. We can get you in for a good shot on the Tyrannifex as well. Can't kill you. Like the first shot just hit. Looks like it hit, but it just did nothing. Absolutely no damage at all. Tyranid warriors back there, they're definitely a major threat. Kind of concerned about them. I'm gonna keep using you to like hit and run. So we're gonna back up even more. And everybody else here really has nothing much to do. I think we just set up overwatches for them to come in. Yeah, we've got crummy shots. We could try to take shots here to kill you, but I think it's kind of pointless. I'm going to have fall back so that we're all connected to the Commissar. If they do move in, we can grenade the little guys. Let's go ahead and set up overwatches at optimal ranges here. Let's just try to have them walk into overwatch shots. Most likely, though, the Tyranid warriors... Well, the Tyrannifex might come down and just suck up all the ranged shots. That's also a possibility. They might send the Swarm in. They might send the Tyrannifex in. Tyranid warriors might shoot me from range, which is going to hurt.
Victory through discipline.
Nothing really for you
Let
to do.
them come.
Yeah, we'll just set up everything at optimal range so we don't have anything else going on. We're just trying to have them walk into a very good defensive position. Tyranid warriors there, that's definitely a problem. We somehow have an angle there to take some shots.
They're shooting back.
Yeah, get to their action point if they get a lot of kills, so that's what we do. Just gonna wreck that squad. Yeah, basic infantry guy, those for us, you're kind of expendable, so it is what it is. Well, they're really aggressively pushing on that side. I figured they might try to go for my main force, but they're not. So they're just like rushing as fast as possible. So we're probably going to go las cannon against Tyranid warriors then, it looks like. Well, we've got to... Don't even have to move, we can just burn them out with the flamer. But yeah, the Tyranid warriors are definitely going to be pretty scary for us to deal with just our basic infantry. But thankfully we've got some other stuff going, so we can do some damage with everybody else. How How many guys are left in the squad? We lost 6 guys. 4 left. And that's even with the extra health bonus. We still took massive damage there. We could probably blast the living hell out of you with the las cannons without too much trouble. I can move away from the Hormagaunts. We definitely want to do that because I want to get a good shot.
Sentinel on the move.
I am going to get attacked on the way. Okay, that was more damage than I expected. It's iffy whether I'll kill you or not, but if we supercharge, I definitely kill you. I just might take some damage, right? If I can land the shots, you done.
Overcharging.
Let's see what happens. I do take the damage, and we do take out the Tyrannifex. Okay, that's really good because he's really hard to deal with for most of our regular troops because it just has so much armor. We probably want to run away.
Search and destroy.
I don't think I've ever like run as much as I have with the Imperial Guard, especially at 1,000 points. Like I feel like I'm always backing up doing stuff with them. Flamer, can we hit both? We can. Let's just burn them and see what happens over here. Nice, not a problem. We still have the main gun. Let's go ahead and spin on around. Oh, we do have a squad of Hormagaunts up here. Potentially a problem. Crummy shots at them. Mediocre shots at the Termagants. We can still deploy our guys. But I feel like the Hormagaunts would just tear them apart. So I'm willing to like have the Chimera take the hit from the Hormagaunts, then we could deploy. I'm going to wait on the shot. I might need to do it against these guys, even though the chances are bad, because things are not going to be great here for us. Alright. Can you even see them? 37%.
We've got your firepower.
You cannot see him at all, so you can only see them. So you guys
Setting up and stabilizing.
set up. Can I use my ability again? No. Okay.
Heavy weapons.
68%. We could go ahead and use the penetrating shot. Get a ton more damage. I don't know that we need the damage. We need the accuracy is kind of the problem. I'll go ahead and use it because the Tyranid warriors are still kind of a major problem. So if we can land shots, I want them to die. Okay, we only hit one. I don't know if that's all targeted to one enemy or not when we use that ability.
Setting up and stabilizing.
Set up, we'll take the shot here just without and just see. 68%. Is it split up? No, it just absolutely tags one of them and just wrecks their day. Alright. We can grenade them. I think we probably want to move out and use the Chimera to shoot up the squads. We do have the
Awaiting your orders.
bayonets. So we could move up and do a bayonet charge. It's mildly insane. We could move you up and maybe move the Commissar up as well to do a little bit of softening up first. And we can also just take some regular shots too with these other guys. But we probably want to focus on the other squad. Okay.
What next, sir?
So the squad that got wrecked. We're probably better off grenading.
Lining up, sir.
Especially because only a few of you guys. What's my damage estimate? 18 to 24?
Grenade
Sure.
out.
Grenades would be way more effective on like the Hormagaunts and Termagants, but just trying to get some consistent damage out.
On your orders.
So from there, it's not so great. Could move you, and then I wonder if we'd have a better shot from here, the transport. Let me see how bad it is. I'm going to save the Flamer. If we let you up 60%, it isn't awful. Let's go ahead and do it. Okay, we got a couple of them. One of them is already hurt, though, and we'd soften them up slightly. So let me move in
We'll
a
get
little
you
bit.
Awaiting your orders.
Can you guys gun down a lone Tyranid warrior who's already hurt? 70% chance. Let's see. I mean, look at the size of him comparatively. Let's give it a try. Hey, you got him. Look at that. That was actually more than I expected. I didn't think they would actually do it. Okay, that's definitely helpful.
Moving to the
I'm gonna move
battle
you
line.
back to protect these guys. Commissar.
Victory through discipline.
You might get him up and like maybe take a few pot shots. I'd feel better. It's not going to do much damage. Yeah. Okay, a whole glorious 7 HP damage there. So if we want to just bayonet, we could possibly kill you, actually. We've got to land a lot of hits, but it's possible. Give it a shot.
Bayonet.
Let's go bayonet. He will get a chance to counterattack. We don't kill him. Did a good amount of damage. And we didn't lose anybody, so that's actually pretty good. You are at 10 health, so I think... Yeah, we go ahead and take the shots here. Even though it's a low chance to hit, all we gotta do is land like one shot and you're dead. There we go. And we fire a lot with the multi-laser, so that works out. Okay, so most of the threats have been dealt with, actually. We've got the Exocrine, we've got some swarm stuff. We haven't lost anybody yet, although it's been close.
Carrying the load.
I could just move up and keep you guys occupied, maybe. Yeah, I'm just going to block. Well, they can probably just move right by me. I don't know if they're going to do that, but give them an obvious target to go for instead. So we've got the Hormagaunts, we've got Termagants. We've got a couple Hormagaunts out here, chasing around the side. Closing in on our las cannon teams, which could be a slaughter. We'll probably have to pull some people back to help out with that, but we're doing actually quite good. I did have to play very defensively here so far, though.
I've been intercepted.
Ow. Quite a bit of damage. And here I can just deploy my
We're not taking them on board.
bayonet guys and have them attack. Nope, coming around. Yeah, tons of damage.
They're shooting back.
Nope, got even more of them creeping around. Exocrine really hasn't been able to do much in this battle so far, which has been nice, but you've got a shot somewhere, it looks like, as you glide across the battlefield. This might just insta-wipe a squad. Nope, went for the Chimera. Okay, fine with that. Chimera can take a little bit of damage, it's fine. Okay, I've got my Flamer here still, right? Flamer? Yeah, we can just burn both of you, so why don't we just do that? Yeah, Power of the Flamer. It is on a pretty long cooldown. It's like a 3-turn cooldown, so you have to be a bit careful about when to use it, but against swarm stuff like this, if we've got the Flamer ready to go, like that's pretty fantastic. You know, we could still use the multi-laser, so we probably want to use that against the Exocrine. I'm just going to push out like crazy. Me no like you. Yeah, decent amount of damage there. Still have a lot of health, but did a good chunk. Okay, so we have a bit of a problem developing down here. You've used your grenade. You guys don't have grenades. Might have to actually move my las cannon teams here. You can't get back that far. We can get you a good shot. So let's come on back. My injured squad here. Throw some fire their way. Didn't do much damage. Okay, don't know what I was expecting. More than that is kind of what I was expecting, honestly. But it wasn't much. It was only 4 guys, so I shouldn't expect too much from them, I guess.
What next, sir?
So we'll do
Lining
the
up,
same, just
sir.
with a full squad. We do have a grenade. You're Hormagaunts. Yeah, let's just grenade them. Didn't kill them all. 1 health left on one of them.
For Emperor and Imperium.
Okay. This whole situation is doable, I think. You guys got pretty
Awaiting your
wrecked.
orders.
We could come around to take some long-range shots at these guys, maybe be a distraction.
Victory through discipline.
And our Commissar, of course. Let's bring the Commissar back. I don't really have much to do, so I might as well just try to pick you off with the bolt pistol. Okay, that'll do it. Don't have targets for the las cannons. Not sure what I'm going to do with the las cannons, honestly. How about you overwatch there? Currently 65. For some reason, this is a better position, so sure, take that. Fire off some plasma blasts your way.
Firing on target.
Okay, we missed a 75% there, which is unfortunate, but we did take out 3 of them. Gonna keep backing up. We could just do Overwatch, or we're just gonna probably just nuke individual guys, which feels kind of crazy. We do have frag. That's as far around as I can get, which isn't gonna get me in frag range. We could take some long range las gun shots. 40%. We could also Overwatch in case they try to charge us. They are Termagants, so their probably optimal range is 2. Ours is only 3. Tell you what, we'll
First
Overwatch
line,
at 3,
right.
because they might try to come into 3 at least to get a better shot at us, because they're hurt, rather than going into this mess. Yeah, there's no other priority targets, which is nice. Having the las cannons, I think, definitely helped deal with the big heavy stuff. Without them, I think we would have had a lot of trouble, especially with the Tyrannifex, 100%.
We've got your firepower.
What am I going to do? You guys, let's just have you
Setting up
set up an Overwatch
stabilising.
down over this way with you guys. 5's optimal,
Big
let's just do
guns
that.
ready.
They do come around, we'll at least zap one of them, which, you know, kind of overkill,
Heavy
but it is what it is.
weapons.
You, if I can get you in a position to maybe get a shot at the exit
Pack it
frame.
up and let's move.
Just to kind of help out. No movement, so there's no reason setting up. 40%, we'll take the shot. Why not? Yeah, we got a little damage. 85, not bad. Alright, over here we have a few options. If I move, I am going to get hit. But we can also deploy right next to you guys. And then these guys, we could either grenade them or we could go in with the bayonets. So bayonet estimation 7 to 10 times 10. If we grenade, we're going to do 26 to 35. That'll kill all of you. Oh, we're too close. How much movement do I have left? Yeah, so I can move and just get to grenade range. That's going to be more effective than bayoneting into there. Didn't kill them all, got most of them. And we can shoot them at point blank range, but our shot chance is really low. So we have to kind of back off and get attacked, which is fine. There's not as many of them anymore.
We're not taking them on board.
Still took a little bit of damage. Really bad shot chance if I go here. How is it here? 65, we'll take that. That'll should take them all out. I hope. Nice. Yeah, just keep advancing. Hand you over to the Exocrine. I'm actually pretty impressed with the Chimeras as far as durability and damage output. As far as transports go for the Imperial Guard, I think they're actually really good. Just the basic infantry guys, not so good. Alright, not a lot left. I think it's just this one squad of Termagants and then the Exocrine. So I've done really well. I did test these guys out. Like, when I first got them, I didn't make any changes to the pre-built army, and I just took what was there and did a test against Tyranids. I think it was even the same Tyranid army with these guys, the original 1,000-point force, before I made any changes. And I had such a hard time killing the Tyrannofex. It really came down to, because this starts with just a flamer, so the flamer didn't do jack to the Tyrannofex, like a few points each time. So really it was the Chimeras. The missile teams on these guys got, I think in that mission that I played, one of them got wiped out, the other one got hurt, and then I was having just a hard time doing any damage to the Tyrannofex, because the basic infantry guys, the rifles, can't do anything. So I had one squad that had bayonets, and they ended up doing the final killing damage. They were doing like 50 some odd damage to the Tyrannofex each turn with the bayonets, because it was focusing on killing other stuff. So I had a few turns where I did that in addition to the Chimeras, is finally what took them down. But so it kind of came down to bayonets and Chimeras to take them out. This is going much better. Oh, now we're going to walk into an Overwatch shot. Only dropped one of them, though. Or did we get two? Maybe two. Just going to go for a shot somewhere. Oh, my las cannon team. Oh, wiped him out. Look at that. Single shot. Yeah, so they have that ability on cooldown where they can do an attack that'll hit everyone in the squad. So just one shot like that instantly wiped my entire las cannon squad. Look at them. Dead on their guns. Poor guys. Well, I was saying we're doing really well as far as losses, but I kind of feel like these guys are so squishy that, yeah, it's going to happen. Like, there's not much you can do about it. You're eventually just going to die. Stuff's going to hit you, and if you're just squishy little targets,
What next, sir?
that's all it takes. Now, we do have bayonets here. I could even move up and bayonet him, but he'd bayonet me back. Or close combat me back, not bayonet me back. Let's move in, and just because I want to, let's bayonet you guys to finish you off. I don't need to, I've got grenades and stuff, but... yeah, look at that. Go in with the bayonets when they're already nearly dead.
Lining up, sir.
I mean, we can move up some more. I don't know that I want to. Let's have you just kind of stay there. We'll have the Chimeras go after the Exocrine. Maybe the las cannon as well here. Let's use my ability.
Glory to the first soldier to die.
So if you move, probably going to have a shot somewhere here. We can send the Chimeras in too, so I think we'll be okay. Do I even have a shot? I do. Chances are pretty low, but we take a few shots. Maybe one will hit. Yeah, we got one hit there. 72 damage. Very nice. Chimera number 1. We can get a good shot. This might be it right here. Oh, super close. 25 health left. So you shoot how many times? What is it? 16 shots. Nice. Currently 70%. That would definitely do it. I think that's everything, right? Yeah, we killed everything else over here. So yeah, the Exocrine should be the last thing to kill. Let's just gun it down. Look at that. So we lost the las cannon. Yeah, that's it. We only lost the heavy weapon squad. A bunch of the other infantry guys got damaged, but only lost that one squad to the Exocrine shot. Yeah, very impressive. 4 kills for each Chimera. That's pretty awesome. Anybody else? Yeah, we did a lot of kills with the Chimeras. A lot of other units got like 1 here and there. We wouldn't have been able to do as much if we hadn't softened stuff up in the heavy weapon squads, though. So yeah, a pretty good result there. So we'll try out the 2,000 points against a bit better army. I don't know if I want to use the pre-built one that I changed. I probably will, just to test them out against the Tyranids. But I feel like the one that I built that's got more tanks and stuff in it, it's more of a mixed force, is better than the very infantry-focused 2,000 point army that came with the DLC, kind of as a pre-built army. I might build something from scratch at some point too. I did make a lot of adjustments to a few of the armies here and there. I might build my own 3,000 point as well, but we'll kind of see how it goes. Anyway, this has been more of Warhammer 40,000 Battlesector. I've been Disturbing Puppet. Thanks for coming by. Hopefully I'll see you next time. Until then, have a good one.